I'm so excited to teach you the Stateside riff by Zara Larsson. Ah, 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 ah. Ooh, this one is a highly requested video, especially by my own students who want to learn how to riff. I think this is just also a great exercise in riffing in general. So if you could do this one, chances are you could do a lot of the other popular riffs from artists of your favorite songs, because this riff goes up and it also goes down. So we need to make sure before we get started that everything is nice and relaxed here. Riffing only happens when our jaw is relaxed, when our tongue is relaxed, and we really are just letting the airflow take over as opposed to us trying to control every little part of this riff. So that is the biggest piece of advice that I could tell you before getting started, is to stay relaxed and really be ready for the airflow, for the breath to take over the movement instead of you trying to muscle every little sequence of this riff. Okay, so now that everything is nice and relaxed, let's get into the first sequence. So we have to remember that it's kind of like a repeatable sequence that is going up and then coming back down. So the way up, I wouldn't even really say it's like a riff. I would say it's more of just like fast notes. So I wouldn't be intimidated by the riff as a whole. What we need to do is break it down, and you'll see that really just the second half of it is the tricky part. The first part is kind of just climbing up in a pattern type of way. So it's ah, 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 ah. That is a slowed down version. So now let's break it up even further. So let's just do the first part of this riff. That's your first note. First starting note is going to be super important. Then we're going to keep building on it. I love a visual, so almost think of like a staircase going up this entire time. So going up and then maybe a couple steps down, going up and then coming back down. So that's the first part. So we need to make sure that we are continuing to climb up. Also, if you hear that banging, that is the heat in New York City. So I apologize for that if you can hear it in the video. So again, let's try it from the this is your starting note. Then we'll go back down to the same note. This is really important, and something that people struggle with is going back down to that same note. Then we climb a little bit higher each time. So see how I'm almost in this like bite position the entire time. So my mouth shape is really important when I'm riffing. I don't want to move my jaw at all when I'm doing this riff. I just want it to be, again, like I said, completely relaxed, but also in this kind of like bite the apple type shape so that it's nice and forward. We can't riff on a make sure our tongue is forward as well. Again, so let's do that first part. We're going to speed it up. Good. So now that we've hit that peak, good. So each time make sure to lift. Make sure that you're really giving it enough energy and lift, almost feeling like you're in that like Disney princess head voice space when we are climbing up, so that we're not sinking in pitch as we go up. So we're here. Then we do a little bit up. Again. Down the scale. So it's yeah, almost think of like going down the scale. Nope, just kidding. Going back up and then finally climbing back down. So the downward part is going to be the quickest part. And this is the part where I would really like say that this is the riff. But that's a good thing, because it's a lot harder to riff going up quickly than it is to riff going down. So almost think of going up as just singing the notes quickly, and then going down is the actual riff where you just want to feel the airflow just totally taking over here. Again, and also something that might help with the airflow is adding a shadow H in front of all of these lines here, so that again we promote that relaxation, that jaw kind of turning off. Yes, making sure that the tongue and everything is staying nice and loose and relaxed as we continue on this sequence. Good. All right, let's put it all together a little bit faster. This won't be at full speed yet, but obviously if you need to, please go back, rewatch this video. And also even with her original video too, I would suggest slowing down the YouTube playback. I think that's one of the best tools that you can use to go over your riff. Obviously these tutorials where we break it down is super helpful, but then once you start to get the hang of it, I would suggest going to that actual song, and you could slow it down on the YouTube playback speed, or if you're listening on another streaming platform. Here's our first note. Really nice. Good. And each time that you do it, I want you to feel like you're continuing to clean it up more and more and more. See how I'm just like exhaling into this riff the entire time. So now let's put it together and try to get it into full speed. Oops, sorry, even I messed it up when I split it up. So so the brighter that I have it, I feel like the cleaner that the riff is. So you might feel that one time it's clean and then the next time it kind of gets a little bit messy and blurry. That is your sign to slow it down. I don't want you to just keep like singing it a little bit blurry each time where it's like sliding around. Actually take a step back, slow it down. That is totally fine. Good, nice. Now let's try to put it together at full speed a couple times and let's see if we could get a clean run. Good. Really, really nice job. Feel free to rewind this video if you want to watch the tutorial again. Don't beat yourself up if you can't get a clean riff every single time. Sometimes even professionals like myself slip up and we're not able to lock into the resonance like we want to each time. But that is where your practice comes in. That is where being consistent comes in. Come back to this video. Come back to my channel as much as you need. I do post riff warm-ups on here as well that you can do before you even start any of this, just to kind of get the building blocks of your voice and get it like moving and going so that then you can get ready and jump right into these really challenging riffs. This is a hard riff, so you're doing great, and thank you so much for watching. If you're looking to get feedback specifically for your voice, I would suggest taking a look at the links in bio for Voice Gym.